Guru Shloka. Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Alayam, Karunalayam, Namami, Bhagavatpada, Shankaram, Lokashankaram, Go Nityam, Padambuja, Varukma, Ramohat, Aditarani, Ayamene, Asmat, Guru, Bhagavatosya, Sindho, Ramanujasya Charanau Sharanam Ramanuja Dayapatram Jnana Vairagya
జ్ఞానవైరాగ్యభూషితం
Srimad Venkatanathayam
శ్రీమద్వేంకటనాథాయం
Vande
వందే
Vedanta Desitam
వేదాంతదేశితం
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
ప్రభునిత్యానంద
Shri
శ్రీ
Advaita
అద్వైత
Gadadhara
గదాధర
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ కృష్ణ
Hare
హరే హరే
Hare Ram
హరే
Hare
రామ
Ram.
హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే.
Okay, very good. Now,
మాతాజీ
Satvik. So, Ramanama Vembo, are you
not
ready?
ended మాతాజీ on not ended recording. You are not ended recording మాతాజీ of previous class 24 Balvikas.
I will upload and send, Kana. Today I will send. Okay. 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 Now shall we? Who is going to go first? Will you sing Namadeva Kirtana? Last class you said you'll sing. No. Sing. Why? Okay. Satvik, are you ready?
Yes,
Will you sing
మాతాజీ.
Ramanama Vembo? Okay. Very
Yes,
good.
మాతాజీ.
Start.
రామనామవేమో నామవనన ధర భయవిల్ల మనకే మూరిలకే కారణ కర్త నారాయణ జగకే శ్రీమన్నారాయణ జగకే మత్సావతారవతాళిత రామ వేదవతరుదకే ಬೆಟ್ಟವ ಬೆನ್ನಲಿ ಪತ್ತನು ರಾಮ ಕುರ್ಮಾವತರಕೆ ಭೂಮಿಯ ಪತ್ತು ನೀರು ಮುಳುಗಿದ ವರ್ಹಾವತಾರಕೆ ಕರ್ರನು ಬಗೆದು ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ ಸಲಿಬುದಕ್ಕೆ ರಾಮನಾಮವೆಂಬ ನಾಮವನನ ಧನ ಭಯವಿಲ್ಲ ಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಮೂರು ಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಕರಿತ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಜಗಕ್ಕೆ ಶ್ರೀಮನ್ನಾರಾಯಣ ಜಗಕ್ಕೆ ಭೂಮಿಯ ಧನವ ಬೇಡಿದ ರಾಮ
ವಾಮನಾವತಾರಕ್ಕೆ ತಾಯಿಯ ಶಿರವನು
ವರದನು ರಾಮ ಕುರ್ಮಾಚಿ
Bhargavatarake. See, remember like this. See, Bhumiya Dhanava Bedida Rama Vamanavatarake, which means when Rakshasas came in the form of Danavas and they troubled the Mother Earth, Swami came in the form of Vamana. What is Vamana Avatara? Do you remember? Danya, tell me, what happened in Vamana Avatar?
When king was there, he was like very greedy. I am very powerful. I can do anything.
Okay.
One time Swami came as Vamana Avataram. He was like catching one like umbrella with.
Very good. And what did Swami ask the king? What did Bhagavan ask the king? What was the name of the king? Bali Maharaja. His name was Tribunza. Aye. What happened is you have forgotten all the stories. You see, if you forget all the stories that I'm saying, then there is no meaning in attending the class, right? So we will recall all stories today. So we'll start from the Matsya Avatara now. What happened in Matsya Avataram? What is the first Avataram?
Matsya
Avataram. Very good. What happened in Matsya Avataram? Bhagavan came as? Krishna came as? Aye.
Fish.
Very good. In Matsya Avataram, Krishna came as a fish. What did he do? Why did he come as a fish? Okay, to help one king. How did he help that king? There was a pralayam, and in the pralayam, that pralayam means disaster. The disaster was like a big flood or a tsunami, right? Everything, the entire world was covered with water. All the people and animals and species, whoever were living, they died. But the few major species and the necessary living beings, they have to be saved so that the world can run, right? See, how does the world run? What drives the world, right? We are humans. Now Anirudh has Amma and Appa, right? And every one of you have your parents, and your parents gave birth to you. Now you will become bigger. You will go for a job. You will earn money. You will give birth to children, and they will become big. They will earn money. They will give birth to children. This is how the world runs. If everyone dies, or every living being is swiped out from the world, then will there be anything in the world? There'll be nothing in the world. The world doesn't run. So it is essential for certain people, at least, to live, to keep the world running. So why should the world run? Why should uh, people be born as human beings? Why should be their life? Why do you think? Why do you think we should have? Why do you think we are born? Why do you think we suffer? Why do you think we experience a certain things? Why? Why is Anirudh born as Anirudh, but a puppy is born as puppy? But a cat is born as a cat, but Danya is born as Danya. And Satvik is born as Satvik. Huh? Why? Why do you think? Huh. நல்லதா இருக்கும். Okay, then.
Who
Huh.
did?
Plastic cover, then tell me. Then yeah. So Satvik, so Anirudh is saying that the world will be very nice without humans, because we are the ones who are polluting the earth. So if we are not there and the earth is full of only forests and other beings, the earth will be nice and it will be beautiful. So Anirudh is saying we humans are the problem. So very good. That is correct. Okay. So in a way it is correct. Fine. Okay. That everything is fine. Then why are you born as human beings? Why do you think? Okay. Why is okay, you live around human beings. Why are small species born? Why do we have insects? And why do we have big animals
Near
like whales,
pollution.
sharks? Satvik, what?
Some insects creates pollution. Some insects decrease the pollutions.
Okay, some insects decrease pollution. They help to pollinate the plants so that the plants
In
flower,
agriculture way.
get
In
agriculture
agriculture.
and all that. Fine. But why is that needed? If there are no human beings, there are no plants required. There's no agriculture required. So why are they into insects? See, everything in this world, it revolves around karma. If you're not born as a human being, how will you spend your karma? See, what did I say in the first class, that karma is like a pot of money, right? What did I say? How can you reach Krishna? By emptying that karma, like injuring our body.
And we should and sacrifice our Jesus.
Very good. So you gave the correct answer. If the karma is a pot of money, by emptying that pot, you spend it completely. By emptying that pot, you reach Krishna. And how do you empty it? You chant Krishna's name, Rama's name. Very good. That is right. But as you chant, if there is some money, how will you empty that money? You have to spend it. You go to a shop, give that money, buy chocolates, buy provisional stuffs, buy vegetables, then that money will get spent. So the money in the pot gets reduced only if you spend it, right? Similarly, the karma also gets emptied, gets reduced only if you experience things in the world. Only if the karma is spent, it will get emptied. So for your karma to get exhausted, for your karma to get spent, you have to be born as a human being. You have to suffer, right? So, but if life is only suffering, then people will run away. They won't even live the life, right? So in between, Krishna gives you a little bit of happiness also. So there's the karma that you are suffering. In between, you have some happiness, and then there is again the karma that you suffer. Then there is happiness. So life is a circle of sorrows and joys. And within the circle of sorrows and joys, your karma gets spent, right? As your karma gets spent, it gets emptied. Good karmas also should get spent. Bad karmas also should get spent. Your good karma, if you have some good karma, say for example, you're feeding a puppy, or you're feeding a cat, or any animal you're feeding, or any poor person you're feeding, you'll gain some good karma. How will that good karma reflect? It will come back to you as some good thing. Okay. Like for example, you'll get some nice shirt to wear, right? For the next birthday. Some kind of happiness you'll get. You'll get a nice chocolate which you might enjoy a lot. So it reflects in some form of happiness, good karma. If you say do a bad karma, for example, say if there's some boy named X and he throws stone at puppies or dogs. So he's hurting an other human beings. Oh, sorry, another living being. So it's a bad karma. So when he gains bad karma, that bad karma will get spent as he might fall down somewhere and hurt his knee. It might be painful. That pain he is suffering because of his bad karma. So everything that we experience in our life, both sorrows and happiness, it is a result of our karmas, either good karma or bad karma. Now both these karmas should get emptied for us to reach Krishna. Both the karma should get emptied. When will it get emptied? When you live your life. When you experience both the sorrows and happiness, both the sorrows and joys, this karma will get emptied. Right? And only if the karma gets emptied, you reach Krishna. So now, then everyone have to experience something for the karma to get empty. But why is Anirudh Anirudh? But why is insect insect? You both are born as some living beings to experience karma. But why is that Atman, that living being born as an insect? But before yoga, I will be an insect or and before yoga, it would be human. Might be, right? In the previous yuga, Anirudh is saying Anirudh would have been an insect. No one knows who he was. So, we as Atman, see this Shariram, this physical body, is not permanent. It's very temporary. Once you die, this body perishes. And based on your karma, if you still have the account balance, right? If the pot is still filled with karma, you take another birth. Only if the pot is completely emptied, you reach Krishna. So your physical body is old. Whatever you had to experience with this body, you have experienced, right? And then once you give up on this body, if the karma is left, you have to take some other physical form to again start emptying the left out karma, right? Now, based on what your karma, the leftover karma, right? Based on what that karma is and how much that karma is, you get the physical form. So you might get a physical form of a dog. You might get the physical form of a insect. You might get physical form of a plant, right? A plant also has Atman in it, right? But the Atman is permanent. It is not perishable, and it belongs to Bhagavan and belongs to Krishna, right? So that is why we are born as the species. Okay, now we'll get back to the story. So what happened in Matsya Avataram? Everything perished, but some important species and some important humans, they have to be saved in order for the world to continue, right? And who were saved? Those people were saved by Bhagavan in the form of which avatara? Matsya avatara. He was a small fish, and the king took him. He put it in a big bowl, then he became a big fish, and day by day he was becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and he became one big fish who was occupying the entire ocean at the last. And he saved some good people and important living species, so that even after the disaster, when everything got destroyed, a few species alone can be carried forward, so that the generations come and people are born and people live. This is the Matsya Avatara. Then what is the next Avatara? You were saying.
Varahavatara.
Huh?
Varahavatara.
Mm, no? Kurma
Vamana
Avataram.
Vamana.
Kurma Avataram. Kurma Avataram Bhagavan was tortoise. Very good. And why did he become a tortoise? Because Asuras and Devas were very good. Fighting for a god, and they're pulling a rope which part has armored them. So Krishna uh, became tortoise to stop the bad people. If they get armored them, they will do some bad things. But they must get armored them, they will do some good things. Very good. So Devas and Asuras had a fight for Amritam, and they were churning the Kshira Sahram. Right? They were churning the Kshira Sahram. So why did Devas need Amritam? Because
To
Indra
live
got a
long.
shrapam. Do you remember? Indra got a shrapam from the Rishi Durvasa. Durvasa. Durvasa brought a very beautiful flower garland for Indra, but Indra gave it to his elephant. What is Indra's elephant's name? Name. Tell name. What is the name of Indra's elephant? ஒண்ணு பண்ணாரு. Kimi, come. Ha. So what was the name of Indra's elephant? Danya, tell me. No, Airavat. Airavatam. But you were correct. It is a big, white, beautiful elephant. So, what did Indra do? Indra's elephant is white. It's so beautiful. You can find it in the Sorkaloka, right? So, Indra rules the Sorkaloka, right? So, there are n number of lokas, 18 lokas above and below. In Sanatana Dharma, they say it. So ours is the Prithvi Loka. There are other lokas. What is the loka of Sriman Narayana? Very good. Vaikuntham. Vaikuntham is the loka of Sriman Narayana. Now Satvik will tell. What is the loka of Krishna and Radharani? Okay, what is the loka of Shiva?
Kailash.
Very good. Kailasa is the loka of Shiva. What is the loka of Krishna and Radharani? Golokam. Golokam is the loka of Krishna and Radharani. So Krishna is always surrounded by gopis, right? So the place where he eternally resides is called as the Goloka. Gopis Loka Goloka. Right? What is the Loka of uh, Lalita Parameshwari of Ambal? Bhulokam is where we live. This is the worst Loka. What is the Loka of Lalita Parameshwari? Manidvipam. Manidvipam is where Shakti lives, is where Lalita Parameshwari lives. Right? Shiva's Loka is Kailasa, Ambal's Lalita's Loka is Manidvipam, Krishna and Radharani's Loka is Golokam,
Goloka.
and Sriman Narayana's Loka with Mahalakshmi is Vaikuntham. So similarly, there are other lokas like Sorka Loka where all the devas live. Who are these devas? Indra.
Indra.
No, Brahma is someone who is born out of Krishna's or Sriman Narayana's navel lotus. Right? Indra, who else? Vayu, Agni,
Agni.
huh,
Jal.
Surya Deva, very good. Then Chandra Deva, who else? Very good. All these are devas, and they are believed to be residing in the Swargaloka. And who is the king of the Swargaloka? Indra.
Indra.
Yeah, right. So Indra is the loka of Indra is called as the Swargaloka, right? So now Indra got a shrap from Durvasa because he gave the beautiful flower garland that Durvasa gave to the Airavat elephant. And Durvasa felt humiliated, disrespected, and because of that, he gave a shrapa to Indra that all you devas will lose all your powers. Now, what will happen if devas lose the powers? They can't
You
protect their
not get
people against Rakshasas.
Rakshasas.
And they can't make anything. Huh.
They can't.
For the world to work well, for us to get good sunlight, rain, good
Yes,
quality air,
oxygen.
everything. Yeah,
Basic
the
needs.
sun should shine every day. The Chandra should come and cool every day. So for all this to happen, right? They need powers. Only then they can fight the Rakshasas to protect the people. The Rakshasas are the ones who have the bad intentions. Okay. Now, so they lost all the power because of Durvasa's Shrapa. Now they wanted the power back, for which they needed the Amritam. So what did they do? They started churning the Kshira Sagaram, right? When they started churning the Kshira Sagaram, what was the rope? What became the
From
rope?
snake,
Very
ma'am.
good. Huh. Very good, Satvik.
Snake.
What is the name of the snake? Hi. That is a species type of snake. I'm asking what is the name of the Vasuki. Vasuki was the name of the snake which they used to churn the Ksheerasagara. What is the snake bed on which Sriman Narayana rests?
Was
Huh. I just told you, right? Lakshmana was born as Lakshmana is avataram of I. Rama is avataram of
Narayan.
this. Oh, Lakshmana is
Narayana.
avataram of what is the
Narayana.
name of the snake?
Was.
Adishesha. Who is Adishesha? On which Sriman Narayana
Krishna.
is on which Krishna is reclining. Adishesha is the snake on which Krishna is reclining. Very good. And Adishesha in the Rama Avataram Ramayanam was born as
Ja. Lakshmana.
Adishesha was born as Lakshmana. Narayana was born as Rama. Right? Okay. So that was Adishesha. And what was the name of the snake which they used for churning? Vasuki.
Vasuki.
Vasuki. Very good. Now, mm, the turtle. Where was the turtle? Under the mountain. Very good. They took the Parvata of using the Vasuki snake they were churning, and for support, Narayana came as the turtle, which is the Kurma Avatara. Right? Yes or no?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Now, next class, I'm going to keep test for you. You have to recall, watch the recording, and come. Okay. All stories test will have. You should read and come.
Mataji.
No, you are not answering any of the questions, sir. You should read and come.
Mataji.
Next class test for everyone. Satvik.
Next class, can you tell what will happen in end of Kali Yuga?
Okay, we'll come to that later. Let's finish the story now. So what happened? Kurma Avataram, Narayana came. Narayana also came as a very pretty lady to distribute the Amridam amongst the Devas. What was the name of that Avataram of Narayana, of Krishna? He can take any number of avatars. He can do anything that he wants. He is the Parabrahman. He is Narayana. What did he come as? He came as a lady to distribute the Amrita amongst the Devas. Did he come or not? As a pretty lady, he came to distract the Asuras so that the Amritam can be distributed amongst the Devas, right? Hmm. What was that name? Mohini. Mohini Avataram. Narayana came as a very pretty lady, beautiful lady. Looking at that beautiful lady, all the Asuras got distracted. So he distracted the asuras, and like very, by distracting them behind their eyes, behind their back, he took the amrita and he distributed the amrita amongst the devas, right? That avataram of Narayana was Mohini, right? Okay. Now we have seen Matsya, Kurma, Mohini avataram. What is the next avataram? Before that, there was a Rakshasa called as Hiranyaksha.
Narasimha
Hiranyaksha.
Avatar.
Which,
Narasimha Avatar.
that is Hiranyakashipu's story. Before that, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu's elder
Varahavataram.
brother. Ah,
Varahavataram.
very good. Varaha Avtara. What did Hiranyaksha do? What did Rakshasa Hiranyaksha do? That is okay. But why did Krishna come as Varaha Avtaram to kill Hiranyaksha? What did Hiranyaksha do? Because Hiranyaksha polluted the Mother Earth, right? He was troubling the Bhuma Devi Taya, didn't he?
Yes, Mataji.
While the Hiranyaksha's stomach. Right, very good, correct. Right, that is Narasimha Avataram. Sharp tusk. Yeah. So for when Varaha Avataram, you
And
remember?
with a pig face. And in pig
Ah,
face, he has a
ah,
sector.
came as a wild boar, which is the Varaha. Wild boar means wild pig, right? And he had two big horns. And Bhuma Devi was troubled by Hiranyaksha. He pushed Bhuma Devi into Kichad, Sakan. Huh. So, and he was troubling Bhuma Devi, which means he was polluting the Mother Earth. And Bhuma Devi is no one but Krishna's better half herself, right? By Krishna's wife. So Krishna has Tayar has two representations. One is Sri Devi, other is Bhuma Devi. Sri Devi is the representation of the things that we have within, right? The things which are physical, we can't see. Yeah, we can't see. So the things which are physical, the blessings and things which are physical, like the earth, we call her Bhuma Devi, Taya, right? It's just a two representation. So if someone troubles Krishna's wife, will Krishna come or not? So Krishna came. Hiranyaksha was troubling Bhuma Devi Taya. So Krishna came as Varaha, and with two horns, he killed Hiranyaksha and he lifted Bhuma Devi Taya beautifully with two tusks or two horns of his. He lifted her and he saved her, right? And then what happened? The Narasimha Avataram, which you all have been saying, Narasimha Avataram, Narasimha Avataram. The Narasimha Avataram happened. So the Narasimha Avataram, who was the Rakshasa? Huh. So in Varaha Avataram, it was Hiranyakashipu's elder brother Hiranyaksha. And now in Narasimha Avataram, it's Hiranyakashipu. What did he do? Rakshasa who troubles people. One day he got a baby.
He was telling to people, I am the great.
And
I am the great. So, but
take
what
only
happened? He has sent Prahalada.
and take her
And he
to.
told Prahalada, I was always telling Narayana, Narayana.
He
And he
started
tried to hit the
some
he hit
stories
a
of
pillow. And suddenly Narasimha Avataram came out of the pillow
things,
and
but
killed
listening from
Hiranyakashipu
Delhi.
with his
Okay,
nails,
okay.
long nails.
Both are correct. You know the Hiranyakashipu story very nicely. Okay, then when Hiranyakashipu was asking Prahalada, where is your Bhagavan? Where is your Bhagavan? Show me. So Prahalada said, my Bhagavan is everywhere. Bhagavan is Sarvavyapi. Yeah, even in this pillar. So, but Hiranyakashipu couldn't, is not a person who trusts all these, right? Because he didn't believe in Bhagavan. He was an Nastik. So what happened? Hiranyakashipu tried to break the pillar. He was about to hit the pillar. By then, just to make the devotees' words true, Bhagavan came as Narasimha breaking the pillar. right? So when you're a very uh, deep devotee of Bhagavan will ensure that whatever you say comes true, right? When you say, if you say Bhagavan will bless you, then see, for example, you do namaskaram to elders at home, right? You seek their blessings. Do you believe that the blessings will come true? Huh. Who believe that the blessings will come true? Why do you believe that those blessings will come true? Because they are elders, mainly because they're elders, they would be involved in bhakti and they would have lived the life and they'll know the path to Bhagavan. So considering them as guru, when they are closer to Bhagavan, when they're deep, big devotees of Bhagavan, see, when you're a devotee of Bhagavan and you trust Bhagavan for everything, Bhagavan will ensure whatever promise you have given, it comes to you. It helps, he will help you, you know, make your promise true, right? So when you're blessed by people who are great Vaishnavas, who are great bhaktas of Krishna, Krishna will ensure that whatever blessing they have given, it comes true. Right? So Prahalada said that my Swami is Sarvavyapi, my Swami is everywhere. He's in the speck of a dust and he's also in this pillar. So because Prahalada said that, to make whatever Prahalada has said come true, Krishna himself came as Narasimha, breaking the pillar. Right? That was Narasimha Avatar. Then what happened in Vamana Avataram? Bali Chakravarti was very egoistic, right? And he thought he can give anyone anything and he's
Thinking,
huh.
thinking anything for any people. One time, when the Swami came as a Vamana Avtaram and had the 3 feet of land,
Person and asked for the
and
three
Balichakravarti told you can take it, then the Swami become very large and in huge and he kept the 3 feet on
and
1 feet on Balichakravarti, 1 feet on Bhuloka and 1 feet
one
on
feet on Bhuloka, 1 feet
universe.
on the entire
Universe.
Brahmanda, the Asman. And then the third feet, Swami asked
And
where to
Balichakravarti.
keep. And Bali realized that he has been
He,
egoistic, which is a bad thing. Having things such as ego, anger, it is obstruction in your path of bhakti. If you have such qualities, it will delay you reaching the Bhagavan. It will keep you away from Bhagavan. So it is better that you improve such qualities and you leave those qualities. Those are Maya, right? So if you try and practice to give away those quality of anger and ego, it is difficult. Everyone tries, but you have to still keep trying to the level as much as you can, right? And when you give up all that, then Krishna comes closer to you, right? Only last class, what did we say? Only if the Maya, you know, distinct, yeah, only if the Maya disappears, you'll see Krishna. Otherwise, Krishna is not visible to you, right? So, you should not be egoistic. Bali realized his mistake. So he said, Swami, the third feet you keep it on my head. Basically, he's just surrendering himself, doing Sharanagati to Bhagavan. And Bhagavan kept the third feet on Bali's head. This was Vamanavatara. Okay, what have we seen? Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana. What happened in Parashurama Avataram? Son of Prahalada. Aye. Son of Prahalada was who? The grandson of Prahalada was Bali. Son of Prahalada was Virochana. Virochana's son was Bali. Bali is the king who comes in Vamanavataram. What happened in Parashurama Avataram? There was a king called as Gargi. Do you remember? He had a daughter named Satyavati who was married off to Shiva.
Rishi,
Ah,
Chika.
very good. Richika. Very good. And Richika and Satyavati did Yaham for a son. Gargi and his wife also did Yaham for a son. But what did Gargi's wife do? She didn't have a good intention. So she wanted the best prasadam. So she took Satyavati's prasadam, which had the blessings of a son with qualities of a Brahmana. But she wanted a son with qualities of a Kshatriya. So because the payasam got exchanged, who was born to Satyavati?
Rishi.
No. Kingly quality's son was not born to Satyavati because Satyavati did not commit the mistake. The mistake was committed by Gargi's wife. Right? So what happened? Satyavati gave birth to Jamadagni, who was saintly only, who had the Brahmana qualities only. But who Gargi's wife, she gave birth to Kaushika. Who is this Kaushika? Who later becomes Vishwamitra. So because she was the one who exchanged the prasadam, she did a wrong thing, no? So she got, instead of a son with qualities of Kshatriya, she got son with qualities of a Brahmana or a saint. So she gave birth to Kaushika, who later became a saint, who is Rishi, who is Vishwamitra, right? Okay, now what happened to Richika and Richika's wife Satyavati? They gave birth to Jamadagni. And Jamadagni married a woman Renuka Devi who gave birth to Bhargava Rama. What did
Rama.
Bhargava Rama do? Bhargava Rama is the one who later became
Parashurama.
Parashurama. And what did he do? His father Jamadagni was extremely angry because his wife Renuka Devi, she went out to get a pot full of water from the river, but was very late because she got distracted by the dance of the people from the Surkaloka. Right? They were dancing and singing. She got distracted. She forgot her duty. Because of that, her husband, Jamadagni, he became very angry. He asked Bhargava Rama that cut your mother's head. Did Bhargava Rama do it? He did it. He did it. We saw the story, right? Because his father gave the instruction, he took his father's instruction as a command and he did it. Then his father was happy and he asked, "What do you want?" Then Bhargava Rama said, "You please bring back my mother." And his mother was brought back. Then what happened to Jamadagni? Hmm. Jamadagni was killed, wasn't he? By whom? I. Jamadagni was a rishi who was killed by a king, Kativira Arjuna. Right? Kativiri Arjuna was a king who also had a lot of ego that I'm a king, I have all the wealth and everything. So he picked a fight with Jamadagni and he killed the Rishi Jamadagni, whose son was Bhargavarama. Now Bhargavarama became very angry and he started punishing all the kings on the earth. So he became Parashurama. Why is he called Parashurama? Because what is meant by a parashu? What is meant by a parashu? Anirudh? Axe. Parashu means axe. Who gave Bhargavarama a parashu? Aye. Aye.
Shiva.
Shiva. He was a disciple of Shiva himself. He was a devotee of Shiva himself. So he got the parashu from Shiva. So he is called as Parashurama. Bhargavarama, after he got the parashu, which is the axe, he was called as Parashurama. With that parashu, he went on killing all the unfair and unjusticeful kings in the Bhuloka. Right? He punished all those kings because he was very angry that one of the kings killed his father, Jamadagni. He knows. He knows who killed because everyone around saw. So there's one question here. So if he wanted to take a revenge, if Parashurama wanted to take a revenge, if Bhargavarama wanted to take a revenge, right? He should have killed only Kartiveri Arjuna, who killed his father Jamadagni. Only that king
I
he should
think
have.
Parashurama. I think Parashurama thought all kings are like the king who killed his father. I think the reason is that.
Wait. So something like that. See, if you want to take a revenge, if he wanted to take a revenge, only Kartiveri Arjuna he would have killed. But see, it's never about taking the revenge. You should not fight with someone or you should not harm someone because you want to take a revenge. Taking a revenge will not help in any way, right? So, one second, there's a phone ringing. I'll come. So, is taking revenge a good thing? I nothing. Next, next time. He's just enjoying us because we're sitting here, no? So he's surprised on what is happening. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Gaurav just joined. Hare Krishna, Gaurav. It's been a long time.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Why are you laughing? I know. He'll join from next class. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Now, is it good thing to take a revenge? It's not a good thing to take a revenge. Then why do you think Parashurama killed all the kings, including Kartiveri Arjuna? See, when the Mahabharata war happened, I'll tell you the story of Mahabharata later. Ah, Pandavas and Kauravas were fighting against each other, and Krishna helped the Pandavas. Why? Did Krishna help Pandavas to take revenge against Kauravas? No. Krishna says, what does he say? Huh. What is this famous Gita shloka we have, no? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Which means Krishna is saying, whenever there is some adharma happening, I'll come to save the people and I'll establish dharma. So what should you do? You should always fight for dharma, not take the revenge. If Parashurama had taken the revenge, he would have killed only the Kartiveri Arjuna who killed his father Jamadagni. But Parashurama didn't want to take revenge. He wanted to protect all the people on earth who are suffering because of the unjustful and unloyal, disloyal, and Rakshasa type kings. All these kings who are exploiting people's wealth, who are exploiting people with their power, right? So all these people are suffering because of the kings. So when Kartivirya Arjuna, who was such a king, when he killed Parashurama's father Jamadagni, right? Parashurama didn't want to take revenge only by killing or punishing Kartivira Arjuna. He wanted to save all the people from these kind of bad kings so that Dharma is established. So he didn't take a revenge. He fought for Dharma. That is the reason he went ahead punishing or killing all the bad kings, all the egoistic and kings who are not loyal, who are exploiting people. So he did that with his parachute, which was blessed to him by Lord Shiva. He also had two bows, two arrows and bows. What was that? He had the two dhanush. He had the Shiva dhanush, which belongs to Shiva. He had the Vishnu dhanush, which belongs to Narayana. He was blessed with both the dhanush, and he was also blessed with the parachute from Shiva. Right. So the story of this Shiva dhanush and the Vishnu dhanush, which was given to Parashurama, this is going to come in the story of Narayana. Right. After the Parashurama Avatara, we started the Rama Avatara story. Right. So in next class, what I'm going to do, I'll share all the recordings of this class and last class also. I'll share. You people have to go through all the recordings, right? Only if you have forgotten the story. If you remember the story, well and good, right? And in the next class, I'll ask you names also. If you read the storybook and if you don't come with the names, then you lose. So I'll ask one person to tell one story. So I might ask anyone anything. I'll say Satvik should say Kurma Avataram story. I'll say Gaurav should say Parashurama Avataram story with the names of the characters. So whoever tells the correct story, I'll give them a gift prize. I'll give online also. I'll give.
Mataji will send parcel. Mataji.
I'll send parcel. Yeah, like Satvik is saying, I'll send parcel to them. Okay. So I'll give a prize for people who win it. It's like a competition, right? You are going to participate in the competition. Everyone have to participate. It's must. Okay. Then if you win, you'll get the prize. So I might ask anything. I'll say Danya say Varaha Avatara story. I'll say Anirudh say Vamana Avatara story. And starting from Matsya Avataram to Parashurama Avataram. And we have also come across a lot of stories of very big bhaktas. Namadeva, Kanakadasa. Who else did we learn about? Then I will not ask you that story. I'll ask some other story. I'll also ask stories of Namadeva, of Kanakadasa, of Andal. Then what did we see? Purandaradasa. All these stories we have seen. I might ask you any story.
Tulasidasa.
Tulasidasa, very good. Tulasidasa's, all these stories we have seen, right? Or I might ask you any story and you have to tell the story and you can win the prize, right? So go watch the recordings and come. Okay, next class, that is what we are going to do. Okay, D, right. Okay, we'll end the class today here. I think at least from next class, I believe.
I got you name of Shiva's father, ma'am.
Oh, okay, very
Shiva's
good. You
father
can
name.
tell in the next class, Satvik. You can tell the story. Okay, so now you can, okay, next class, I'm going to ask you questions. You people are going to answer. I believe in next class, a lot more people will join. There are, because in the next class, the vacation will come to an end, no?
Up to June
June
12,
or
Mataji.
June 12, 20, okay, fine. 50 days leave. Enjoy. But okay, whoever comes to the class, we'll have the story session. Each of you should say a story, okay? So for today, we'll stop here. We have not sung any bhajans today, but it's very important for you to remember the story, Kanna. If you're not able to remember the names also, no, that's still fine because you're small kids. But at least the basic layer of the story you have to remember. You have to remember how Bhagavan has taken so many forms for us. Who has he taken all these forms for? For us, right? Why he doesn't have any requirement to come to this Bhuloka, right? But he still took so many avatarams and lived on the Bhuloka like us normal people and came here for us, just for us, right? So you have to remember these stories. So even if you forget one or two names here and there, it's okay. But the outline of the story you should remember. Of the katha you should remember. That's how you can remember Bhagavan, right? If you forget his story, you'll forget him also, right? So to remember Bhagavan that way beautifully, whenever you think about Narasimha Swami, who should come to your mind? Prahlada Swami should come to your mind. And all those weird boons that Hiranyakashipu asked for, how many kinds of boon he asked? He asked for so many boons that I should not be killed inside, I should not be killed outside, I should not be killed up, I should not be killed below, I should not be killed by living thing, I should not be killed by non-living thing. Huh. So, Hiranyakashipu asked so many boons, and Narayana ensured he keeps all those promises when he takes avatar to kill him. So he exactly what did he did? On keeping him on his lap with his nails,
Middle of
the
the
doorstep, Narasimha Swami killed Hiranyakashipu. So when you think of Narasimha Swami, all this should come to your mind. How Prahlada Swami, in spite of putting him through so many difficulties, pushing him from the peak, letting an elephant trample him, putting him into the fire, Hiranyakashipu did a lot of such bad things to Prahlada. He tried to kill Bhakta Prahlada, who was a small boy, who was his son himself. But Prahlada Swami had the atut bhakti. Atut means unbreakable bhakti, that my Swami is there for me and he is going to protect me. So when you think of Narasimha Swami, when you go to a temple, when you're worshipping Narasimha Swami, all this needs to come to your mind. So remember these stories, and in the next class, I'm going to ask each of you one story. I'm going to ask. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Mataji.